I'm successful up until this day by just doing what I feel is true to me. So since when has it become not cool to try? Fucking loser.
And I'm just trying to set the bar that you can do what the fuck you want to do because the world is yours.
You don't need a big record label anymore to, get exposure. You don't need radio. You need the biggest platform on the planet right now. If I didn't have an outlet or a platform to utilize and express my creativity or showcase it, I really wouldn't be. I'll probably be I'd be smoked out or just dead by now or just burnt out or something. Like I don't know.
This is a purpose.
We're about to go for a quick commercial break and we'll be right back with you.
Hello, artists. I have something for you. Art support.
And we all want to make money. I want to make money, not gonna lie, but I would prefer to do it the right way by making and producing art that I feel is the best I could do.
And I'm just trying to set the bar that you can do what the fuck you want to do because the world is yours.
And I wanted to kind of pioneer my own legacy. I wanted to leave back my own path. I didn't want to be like, oh, well, yeah, everybody knew about him because he came out and he had that famous rapper's name. And nah, man. How you gonna knock somebody in the world for actually trying to do something? Trying. Since when has it become not cool to try? Fucking loser. Just greatness, man. We just want to make dope shit.
You can do whatever you want. The world is yours. And I'm telling the young cats of our generation, don't discriminate against anybody because we're all one generation. And that's some important shit, yo. I mean, who would have thought a ghetto kid with gold teeth and French braids from the hood would be in Vogue and GQ on the same month, at the same time, about the same shit. And that's when you gotta figure out what's right for you, you know what I mean? And just because that's my thing, even if it is your thing, figure it out, do what you gotta do, I did what I did and I made it in a positive way. And I feel like anybody could do it, straight up. I wanted to prove to people that I can make a mainstream commercial hit without actually having to really compromise my whole style and whatnot, because most people just try to fit into radio and whatnot or whatever is going on because that's what sells, obviously. When you take the initiative to go left, it's taking a big risk. I think it's one of those situations where you just put out the product and you got to see where the legacy goes from there. I could say what I want it to be and what I hope it will be. I'm successful up until this day by just doing what I feel is true to me. So I feel like if I continue to do that, I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do you.
Where would suit you and not what's trendy?
Yeah. Yeah. But the weird thing is when we wear stuff that suits us and not what's trendy, it becomes a trend. So, by default, that might be confusing. You know what I'm saying? I would say just kind of everybody's different. Everybody got different body shapes and whatnot. So what I would say is kind of stick to what fits you best and what you feel comfortable in. Even if it's not in style, just wear whatever you feel cozy in.
I realized my whole life I just wanted to be a rapper like everybody else. And this is my story. I got a story that's similar to everybody's, and here's my story about how I went from rapping, selling drugs, going to jail, doing fashion, all type of shit. Shit that I'm not proud of, shit that I don't like to glorify, and shit that I love talking about every day. I make music, so I know. It's cool, sometimes it's about the art. Not to be artsy-fartsy all the time, I shouldn't just be identified as a rapper, because I'm not. I'm an artist. Rappers rap, artists, they articulate. I just want to be an artist and express myself. That's it. What I learned, cherish every moment and cherish everybody. Everybody's important, man. And it's not just because it sounds good and it's the right thing to say, but just if I'm going to keep it real with you, the cameras and this mic was off, I would tell you, man, everybody's important.
Right,
everybody. It was really good to hear myself on the radio today. You know what I mean? That's shit like that is pretty dope. So, it was crazy because, you don't expect it turn on the radio. I don't know any DJ personnel. I don't know no DJs. They play all that ASAP shit off their own free will. I feel blessed. I'm happy to be here in 2015 and be able to be an artist that's, respected for his creativity and his craft, opposed to, other things, just the publicity stuff, and that's why, I didn't really want to touch on that other subject, is because it's just like, for me, I want people to know that, man, putting this album out took a lot out of me because, I created it with Yams and he's gone and, there's nobody that could ever replace him. So I'm just trying to be strong. I don't think you ever get through these things. You're important, bro. You don't really think about you. You don't live. You don't take pictures, man. Why you never Instagram? Why you never show people, like, what your life is like? Oh, nah, I'm chill. Like, they'll see it when it's time, when I make my art. You're like, nah, you got to live more. Because now I'm looking back and I'm like, oh, man, like, I can only... from like 2012 to like 2014, I barely got like any pictures with Yams and stuff. And now I'm looking back and everybody got pictures and I'm like, the memories just stuck here.
You don't need a big record label anymore to, get exposure. You don't need radio. You need the biggest platform on the planet right now, which is the internet. As a rapper or as an artist with the internet, I can make my own label. You could do it yourself. I mean, obviously, you might not have the money that those companies have, but trust me, there's a way. And like common sense, you'd be surprised how many people lack it, And I use my common sense. And it led to me trying to use the internet as an outlet to market myself, to get my brand out there. Well, I look at it like you should let the people choose. It's a day and age where everything is optional. Anything you need is at our fingertips, a click of a button.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So you should let the fans pick what they want as a single. Why should we drive like songs and program them into radio just to drive it into their heads? I mean, I think you should pick what people like and give it to them. Like, I can make my own label. You could do it yourself. I mean, obviously, you might not have the money that those companies have, but trust me, there's a way. And I think it's obvious to them. I think it's obvious to the world that stuff like radio, stuff like, the old marketing formulas, they don't apply to my generation. Man, our attention span, these kids nowadays, man, you gotta entertain them really quick or they gonna click to something else, man, I mean, I can admit it. I'll get online and I start, looking at ads and whatever, and I'm just closing out things. I really, if it doesn't spark my interest, if it's not funny, if it's not ignorant half the time, I won't watch it.